Hey, Layla, it is midnight. It is 8 degrees outside. My kids are asleep, two of them on the sofa, and I will have to move them to their beds. Oh boy. Because it's Saturday night and we got back from a friend's house and they were so tired they couldn't even make it upstairs, so that's that. Well, first point I wanted to touch on was about Power Rangers and the kids of mine, and then us in our childhood. Um, and listening to you sort of go on about that, I feel like we didn't need the empowerment you get from Sailor Moon or Power Rangers or even superheroes. That's another one. I never got into superheroes, and I believe neither did you. And I think that's because within Hinduism, you have all the superheroes and Power Rangers and Sailor Moon. What are her people? Sailor Moons and planets that you'll ever need because, we got to dress up as goddesses. I mean, we didn't need to that kind of empowerment from the media or from Japan. Okay, or the superheroes that a lot of Americans use. But we definitely I think we got a lot of our empowering images from our religion because it was so rich with myth and a lot of powerful female myths, a lot of war-based myths, and the idea of embodying the god or the goddess isn't forbidden or even discouraged. I mean, I think there's sort of an encouragement to that you want to take on those qualities. And that's very different than the Abrahamic sort of, I want to say Judeo-Christian, but that sort of throws Islam out of the loop. But out of the Abrahamic religions, you don't get the same, you never want to take on God qualities unless you're Sufi. And even that is sort of iffy. It's not as specific or as clear. And I think for children, you really need to make it like, I'm really tired. You need to make it really clear. I should make this short because I'm so tired. Okay, so that was that. And then I also feel like Hinduism, because I sort of left Hinduism, I left Hinduism in my teens, and then I was just an atheist. But Islam was kind of cool for me, and I think for a lot of young women, because it's kind of empowering in its own way. It's very different, of course, than what I was talking about, the myths in Hinduism. But I feel like, you get kind of this point where you get to this point where you sort of feel like you don't want to be, how should I put this? You see so much oppression in the world, so much, the history of, colonization, so many injustices, and you don't want to be part of that ideology. You don't want to be part of that culture. You don't want to be part of that economy. And there's no way we can really escape the economy. There's no way we can just stop paying our taxes. We're not Thoreaus, who are going to spend a night in jail just on principle. We don't have the guts for that. So Islam sort of makes you feel like it's okay to be in the West. It's okay to be, white. I mean, I'm in Michigan, so we don't think like this here, but, it's okay to be, because if people think of themselves as Polish or Irish or French or whatever, it's very different. But, it's you don't feel like the oppressor anymore because you're part of the minority now, especially when I don't have one of these days I'll get a scarf while I'm doing this. Especially when you're walking around very visibly, especially as a woman, very visibly part of a minority. And it's like you've humbled yourself and you've joined the universal community. And, I like that word. You like the world community. You are a global citizen because you might be white, you might be privileged, but you're a minority now. And it's really, it's like, I could almost argue that I didn't have white privilege anymore. Like I would say, I don't really have white privilege because I'm so discriminated against. And so you feel like this sort of justification of your existence almost, because you're not. It's easier to be the victim. I'm just gonna say it's easier to be the victim. Just trust me on that. Even if you're not. Yes. So that was that. And the thing I learned recently, which you will hate me for. Okay, I can feel the hate. There's no hate yet. The hate will be coming in a second. I'll tell you when I feel it. Censors. Okay, I learned recently that 1964 was the year in which Mary Poppins and My Fair Lady were released, or produced, or whatever the word was back then. And that's why Julie Andrews didn't get the role of Eliza Doolittle in My Fair Lady. And now you might be saying, why does this matter? Well, because Julie Andrews is phenomenal as in that role in the Broadway production, which I highly recommend you listen to. I feel the hate right here in my heart. I feel all the hate. It's okay, Lila, it's alright. Because next time I'll have something cool for you. The Broadway My Fair Lady was way better than the movie. And I wish I had been alive to see it, and I was not. But it's okay, I'll get over it. Because, yeah, I'll get over it eventually, anyway. I'll tell you when I'm over it, because I'm not yet. But, yeah, so, yeah, Audrey Hepburn, sure, but I feel like I need to get my hair cut like Julie Andrews. That's the next step. Julie Andrews from Sound of Music, of course, or maybe Victoria. I don't know. Okay, that wasn't funny. Anyway, I'm just too tired for a good joke. We'll talk later, Lila. Have a great weekend, because tomorrow's Sunday. We'll see you. Bye.